high-tech schemes. Starships building lost in the beams. One speed, one right through the vast unknown. TrekYards warriors in cosmos reborn.
And here's Stuart and Cody, TrekYards.com. If you guys have watched our channel, you know how much I revere these guys, how much I really like watching the show, even if it's late at night. As soon as I'm done watching anything Star Trek, I go right to these guys. How did you guys, you are in the UK and you're in Canada.
Yeah.
So how did you guys even come together? How do you find each other?
I started a YouTube channel focusing on my model building and just my interests. And I did a movie review talking about Star Trek 2. And there were some facts in there that
a couple
that Sam didn't know or hadn't heard before. And I'll let you take it away from here because we get this question all the time.
Yeah, then I started following, and then a month or two later, he said it was his birthday. So I thought, you know what, I'm not bored, but I've done the same film for a while, as I'm a production person. I thought, I'll do something fresh and original to make an intro for him, as I knew how I would appreciate that if I was given the gift. Sent him on his birthday, he loved it. Made some more, and then it just happened. The show happened after that, organically, naturally, as it was fate.
Yeah. Both found we had a love for ships and tech, and we're like, let's create a show that we ourselves would want to watch.
Documentarian, there's visual, there's new renders, there's going to be all the facts, official inside, and all there for people to enjoy.
You guys have been at it for a while. Exactly how long? Because it's been years.
It's going to be 10 years this October, 2024.
Like 9 years, 11 months.
Yeah. We started in 2014. So.
Now, with you being on a basically North American time zone and you being in UK, how hard is it? I mean, what kind of difficulties that pose?
Well, I sleep on Canadian time zone, basically. I shifted. But also because my LA clients are like, we want to call you, after we go off work, which is like 1 a.m. my time. So I've learned to be awake, which is then great. I mean, so I wake up almost when he wakes up, within a couple of hours. It's kind of silly given the 5 hours difference, but it works.
It's not much of a problem, honestly.
Practice as well.
Yeah, we schedule our lives for a good time for kind of everybody, but yeah.
But it's fine. I'm not a morning person, so he'll wake up sort of morning, sort of not. I'll wake up not morning, and it still works.
I'm not a morning person either.
Neither am I. Like I said, I watch your guys' stuff live, so you can pretty much tell me, like you'll do the live. It'll be just you. Yeah. I'll watch that literally as you're putting it out. Sometimes you're going live, so I don't sleep eitherwards. But what has been your favorite show to review as far as ships goes?
Okay,
as far as ships goes.
That's a good question.
Not TOS, because even though I love TOS, there's not enough ships.
Do you mean new shows or old shows?
Newer shows, newer shows.
Yeah, I thought you did.
I think Prodigy, maybe. Because you got the new Protostar, you got the Dauntless, you got the new Voyager A. So there was a lot of new stuff there. Discovery had new stuff, of course, as well, but it was just Discovery, right? So,
I'll say Lower Decks, actually, because part of what I love doing is there's a definitive article when it comes to these ships, either because they were built in 3D by financial imaging, and therefore that is the canon, right? Or they were a miniature that is, okay, those do change a bit, but there is normally a definitive. And so in Lower Decks, they try so hard, but they haven't got the budget all the time. So if they make an Excelsior in the first 3 seasons, for example, they're like, I mean, it's sort of Excelsior, and then we'll compare renders and say, wrong, the whole checklist. And we've loved seeing them evolve into being more right over the years. So it's been fun to see, and there's a Nova class, which is like 50 decks, and it looks horrendous. They just misdid the windows, we guess. So that's been really fun to kind of see what's good, what's bad, what they bring back, and a new way. Yeah.
Is there a different process of analyzing a ship when it's animation versus the renderings from a live-action show?
Not really.
The irony is no, because we don't approach like that.
Yeah.
Even though there is a line of quality they will not be able to reach, probably, it's still the ship. Okay. And we treat it like the real ship, so therefore we can fairly judge. If you said it's a cartoon, then anything they do in Lower Decks, you can't review or judge or analyse, and that kind of reduces that to it's just a cartoon. And it's not, they really try, so no, we do exactly the same.
Okay. Which ship has driven you crazy as far as inconsistencies, as far as time to time seeing it?
Inconsistencies?
Good question.
The fact that changed the Titan into the Enterprise, that's a huge inconsistency in my opinion. But no. This is more your question.
Yeah, I'll say Galaxy class for simplicity, because especially with Picard, it was amazing to see the model of the Galaxy change between shots. and see what they got wrong and right, given such a legacy moment, legacy ship. And just the little changes throughout the different versions. 6 foot miniature, the 4 foot, the CG, the other CG, the other CG. Yeah, there's not too many differences, but that one is like we've all had a model of the D, so that we kind of know what it should be. So that's been interesting. Like, well, that's wrong. Why are these raised, etc.
Which ship do you think that's really cool that we have not seen enough of in Star Trek lore?
That's the list. My first reaction was Delta Flyer, but I don't want to see the interior. I want to see like full rebuild to see that come back to life, because that could do anything. It's meant to be kind of a fun ship like that.
I got an obscure one.
Okay.
The Janolan or the Sydney
Yeah,
class.
yeah.
I really love that design, and I would love to see more of it in some capacities.
I try and put it in my films.
Yeah, I know.
I try and do that. Yeah, that'd be a nice one. Yeah.
For me, it's the Sovereign class, even though it's been in movies. I just
That's
never
all the
got-
time. It's always in
It's
stuff.
still my favorite one that I don't get to see enough, but enough of it. Now, as far as the future of Star Trek, obviously you guys are about to go talk over to Terry Matalas, and you just finished, talking to Scott Satchett. What do you think? Would you like to see the continuation of the Enterprise G?
The Enterprise G or G?
G.
Oh, G.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I think if Terry Matalas had the opportunity to do Legacy, I think it would be really fantastic. I'm not the biggest fan of the Enterprise G being that design, but
It's more the era, though, isn't it?
yeah. But I know Terry loves the source material, and he did a fantastic job on season 3. So I think anything he did with Star Trek would be awesome, and hopefully he gets the chance.
Yeah, I'm going to go sign this petition. I guess there's a petition. I'm going to go sign
it's
it.
right over here. Yeah.
Now, I'm a Generation Xer, and I think you and me are the same age. There always seems to be a little bit of friction between generations, overlapping generations. New Trek, old Trek. How do you guys look at it? Because I got a different point of view when it comes to that.
Well, that's one of the appeals of our show, actually, is Sam's like 20 years younger than me. So he grew up seeing Trek in a different way than I did. I had all the old source materials like FASA and all that stuff that we grew up with when there was no new Trek on. So I don't think that there should be an issue between generations, as it were, because Star Trek brings us all together, and there's a lot of crossover. Once you get into one, you want to watch some of the others, right? So,
Well, just from a tech perspective, the ships are still the ships, right? Irrespective of which generation, Mike brings in the E from 20 years ago, and then the Connie from other things. So like in Prodigy, we brought out the Connie Bridge to some extent, and it's like that is a universal truth that we can bond all together. So if people respect the source material and show it the respect that it does deserve, then it will keep that unified thing. Now, of course, we have personal preference, and if you're born in '99, let's say, you're not going to think the MOTOS looks modern, but that's because we're being shown a lot of stuff. But equally, even the first JJ film, a lot of like kids now who were before then, like, it's okay CG, because now it raised so much. So to just say, well, because it looks dated, that would literally make every bit of media that you love as well, that your kids or your kids' kids will say it's shit in how many years. So that's a problem. Let's respect it and love it and appreciate where it came from. And so Trek is massively forward-thinking. So TNG still looks good today, Voyager as well. So I think there shouldn't be that friction. As long as I always say watch it in the order it was produced, because then you live the journey with us. If you start with Picard Season 3, it makes no sense. We'll start with Discovery and you have holograms, and to go back to TOS is more difficult. But if you start narratively, you see the evolution of everything, and there should be no friction, because it's good from the start and it was good to the end.
Now, from 2005 to about 2016, 2017, we didn't have Star Trek on TV, and that was a very painful 12 years for me.
Yeah.
What do you guys think was a pivotal moment that got us back to where we're at as far as consistent material being produced? Whether good or bad, but that void, that 12-year void being...
Easy. Streaming wars.
Okay.
It wasn't wanting to make very quality. It was wanting to make content to go on streaming to get money. That's what drove it. Which is why some shows are not necessarily from the idea first. They're from we want to put this here. So that's the honest reasons to why things boomed. Discovery was the CBS Access exclusive first show. So that's the honest answer.
A lot of people want to say that J.J. Abrams bring it with the 2009 film, rebirthed Star Trek, saved it, as it were. And I disagree. I don't think Star Trek was in any danger. merchandise was still being sold. People still absolutely loved it.
This was still happening every year.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
still,
exactly.
yeah.
This was going on. There was no lack of Star Trek. Just what. I understand why people say it. It just annoys me.
Well, and also the irony is, and people do say that it saves Star Trek. Now, maybe it got a boom of whoa, but it did not grab the audience that was already there.
Yeah.
And the new audience are meant to be average people, which means they're not, most, that's fair to say most, did not become Trekkies. Some did, amazing, but they might have loved it had their dad showed it to them, whatever. At this convention, I've seen maybe one J.J. Abrams uniform,
Yeah.
3 movies, $1 billion budget, whatever, and there's been almost nothing here from that era. No actors, and no uniforms. So those things came and they have went. And it's not to be mean, but they did not make the presence that they wanted because they're not movies for us. Beyond, yes, but that's odd to see no of that era of uniform.
Okay. Of Star Trek shows that have had their full run, what is your favorite one?
Ooh. No, so you're not saying what is the best, you're saying our favourite?
Yeah, your favorite
Okay.
one that's had its complete run from beginning to end.
So far, Prodigy, because they wrote 40 episodes, and that's a complete story arc. But wow, Deep Space Nine is mine. I think Deep Space Nine is a fantastic show. Great characters, great stories. It's a little dark at times, but it's also got my favorite captain, Ben Sisko. So yeah, Deep Space Nine.
And I would say TNG is the best overall. It's the most, they have the best and most classically written stories with the best tech at the time. And some of the highlights of all Trek and often award-winning just sci-fi isn't TNG for a reason. So TNG still wins.
For me, it's Voyager. Voyager because of the character development from seasons 1 to 7. Mainly like things like the Doctor. I forgot the exact title, but it was the one where he saved the ensign and he saves Kim instead of the nameless ensign, and he has to deal with the guilt and she keeps reprogramming him. And that's one of my favorite Star Trek episodes of all, going back and forth. But Voyager for me 110. Prodigy I did not think I was gonna like. I thought it was aimed towards kids. I thought I wasn't the market, and then I watched it. I realized if I like Voyager as much, then this is basically a very good continuation of Voyager, and that's fast becoming my favorite. Where do you guys rank Picard season 3 as far as like pivotal seasons as far as Star Trek goes?
It's definitely high. I think bringing back the TNG cast, for me, in my opinion, it should have been season 1 of Picard, then introduce the new characters, and then phase the TNG ones out. They did it completely backwards.
And got reviewed accordingly.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think it's up there. It's definitely up there in the realms of grab that nostalgic vibe, right? So
Was a rare case of good story, great actors, and telling, and it's kind of rare these days, of bringing back legacies with respect and continuing their story. The common trope is, look, here's an old character, let's make them worse to make a new character better. What do? You damage both characters. But season 3, everyone is still great, and they're developed, and you like the new people for the most part, and it's a very, very unique spark of, oh, that worked. And that sort of formula, if it had been done for Star Wars, for example, you would have a much more successful trilogy than what they got.
Why do you think it's not automatic to carry that momentum from that season 3 into something that it appears that they've pretty much laid the foundation for?
Do you have an example of that?
As far as continuing on from Star Trek Picard season 3, getting a show like Legacy.
Is what I was trying to say. Why is it just an automatic?
Why wouldn't it be
green
like?
light?
It felt like the momentum was there, the setup is there, Q's there, everybody's there. Why not just get everybody while they're ready? They're ready to do it. I mean,
It's a very good question that no one knows the answer to, except for maybe Alex Kurtzman.
Politics and egos.
okay. I hope I get to see it because for me, I watched the show with people who were literally in tears when they saw the Enterprise D.
Yeah.
We all felt some things. And it was done the right way as well. It wasn't a gimmick.
Now, for me though, and I know I'm an outlier, I don't cry when it comes to these things, but when Picard is in the ship with his son and they reveal that Enterprise G is the new Enterprise, and the reason for me, it's every other Enterprise, it just existed. By the time I saw TOS, it was handed down to me from my dad. Next Generation, Enterprise D is there. Enterprise E is there, and it's always, there was never a ship that became the Enterprise for me. There was never a ship that I watched become, the name Enterprise to me was so iconic, and it's a level to me. And to see that ship go on a journey and become that, it was kind of cool for me. And I know I'm in the vast minority, but that was my favorite moment of that whole series.
So I think we're the exact opposite opinion.
It's a little disrespectful to the Titan's
Well, definitely.
Titan name legacy.
It literally erases Titan, because it's not the Enterprise that did all that, it's the Titan. And the Enterprise gets the credit.
I understand.
So it literally is the opposite for that. But not just that, the Enterprise is a unique name. So for us, it's not a case of you don't. It's a torch you pass on to a fresh,
A brand new ship.
to be the new Enterprise. It's not a case of you are famous, therefore take a mantle. Because then, so for us, no, it's
Yeah, to me,
good
that
luck,
was-
go
man.
forward.
I want to know this.
That's why you don't have recommissionings, because it's a rare thing. It's a weird,
Stuff like the Yorktown or something like that, where they just kind of just do that out there.
But that wasn't finished necessarily.
Yeah.
That was obviously like, we had this one standing by. There wasn't a legacy yet for it. So same as Sao Paulo a little bit. But,
Yeah. So we're gonna just get. I'm just kidding. But listen, I love you guys' content. Where can they find you on a daily, nightly, minute-by-minute basis?
Oh my
second
god.
by second.
YouTube, just look us up, TrekYards, all one
We're
word.
very Googleable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, it'll be in the description of this video. But like I said, I came to this convention for two things: to get my autograph of Captain Kirk. There it is. And to meet these two gentlemen, because I've been watching you guys for years. Thank you for your time.
That's good
I know
company.
you're busy, and I'll let you get back to it. But thank you.
All right, thank you so much.